Hi, I'm Rick Paris and welcome to Conscious Reality Creator. I wanted to put out a video about the coronavirus coming from a very deep metaphysical perspective, not what you're usually going to hear about this. We're at a pinnacle in consciousness now. And how you move and where you move from here is critical to how the future is going to unfold. And so that's very important to look at right now. And so you need to open to understanding. You need to ask yourself a question like, what is this disease denying me? What am I denied? To get understanding, I got to ask these questions of myself. What permission does this virus give me? I don't got to work anymore. I'm going to sit home for a month. Or maybe sitting home for a month is a terrible thing for me. I'm living paycheck to paycheck 1 month without my job because they're starting to say it's a 30-day thing, which is one moon cycle, really. 28 days, you can make a huge amount of change in 28 days, and the world is unconsciously already thinking about that. Let's make a change. But that change, you want it to be conscious. You need to be thinking, how do I change something in order to change, or if I can't change the outcome, at least remove my unconscious allowing of it. Because in conscious reality creation, we only consciously create an experience, or we consciously or unconsciously allow an experience. And so this is a function of allowing, by not dreaming, by not imagining, by not dictating the direction the future goes. Wanting something so badly right now, but not articulating, not defining, how do I want it to play out? This is critical right now. Very important. Looking at viruses from a metaphysical perspective, you have to understand what is going on. What is this mirroring, right? So the first thing you want to start going for in conscious reality creating is understanding. I need to understand what's going on now. I need to understand what is this virus trying to tell me, because it's a big deal. It's a big deal even if the virus itself isn't as bad as they thought, or whatever end result is going on. It is definitely a very clear message to everyone, including myself, because this is all part of my unconscious mind. I've been creating a reality for this old paradigm to die for quite some time. Everybody's changing. We're going through a paradigm shift right now, and a paradigm shift always creates chaos. And so we're in a lot of chaos right now. Partial thing with one of the main things in chaos is chaos will alter your routines. And so this virus is creating a lot of chaos. It's altering routines like crazy. So what you want to do is you want to be conscious of altering my routine. Don't allow the virus to dictate what your routine's going to be. You decide what you want your routine to be. You're going to have to lift your mattering. You're going to have to really pay attention to your values now and live them. Because a virus is an environment. There's all viruses around us all the time, because technically they exist in the realm of possibility. It's for instance, this virus, people look and go, whoa, it jumped, and there's no way. How could it jump from this place to that place with no physical connection? Oh, we must have missed something. Logic and reason will just keep, we must have missed somebody. Somebody must have got by that we didn't see, or somebody, right? But it doesn't really have to work that way. A virus is coming into the reality primarily because people haven't decided. They want the world to end. They're tired of the world the way it looks. They're tired of all the problems. They're tired. They want something else, right? And so their unconscious mind is longing for something else. People want the politics to change. They want their jobs. They don't like their job. They don't want to work anymore. It's too much work. Things need to change. We need to get rid of so lots of angst and underlying unconscious anger and resentment and lack of visioning. How can I imagine the world to work out? They just want it different. But they're not articulating it. They're not okay, if I want it different, how do I want it different? What would I do? What would I imagine differently? Because most likely you're not imagining at all. This is not my world, not my president, not my country, and not my... That's all wanting change and not really understanding, how do I want it to change? How do I imagine it working out where everybody wins, where I win and everybody wins? There's a way to do it. You just got to force that imagination. And right now the imagination is weak. It's very weak in people. And what happens when your imagination is weak and you're driven by fear, what happens is you buy into it accelerates fear. Because I'm not using my imagination. I'm not using my wisdom. What I'm using is the fear without imagination. It's going to go somewhere. And so it's just going to go to bad things. Because it's easy for us to imagine all the crap happening to us. All the worst case scenario. Jesus is coming. He's going to wipe out all the people. Well, he seems to be wiping out the old people mostly. And men. You know, chauvinism disempowers women and it castrates men. Men are having a tough time right now, especially feeling guilty about the state of the world, like men did this to everybody, which it wasn't. But a lot of people are seeing it that way. Let's give women a chance. I just saw something written by Lenny Kravitz the other day, like, all us men screwed it up, let's just let women have it. That's not a good answer. That's not the answer. It's working together. Honoring each other, working together through this. Love and compassion, imagining what could happen out of this. What could come positive, because in a paradigm shift, there are people that are going to use this very elegantly to just leave the planet. I'm done, I'm old, it didn't work out the way I wanted. It's a really easy way right now just to ride this wave and just leave. Also in a paradigm shift, there's going to happen for each of us a shift in reality. It's almost a nightmare to get some disease that's just going to kill you, and there's no health, there's nobody to help you. There's nowhere to go. There's no vaccine, there's no hospital bed, there's no anything. So it's bringing up lots and lots of fear in people, and because they're not being wise and they're not imagining, wow, if that's what the feedback's telling me, let me imagine something else. Let me push myself into my values, and making love and compassion a primary value right now. Because what your values do is they add matter to your life. A sense of mattering adds weight, and it adds weight away. This virus is like a petri dish. What's happening is, let's just say the consensus reality is upset, is not enjoying themselves right now. They want everything to break. I don't care. Break the political system, it needs to break. Break the money system, it needs to break. All these people, rah, 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 rah. And so that's creating a petri dish. So nature is going to fill it because we're not consciously filling it with a future. So nature is just coming in and saying, well, how about this? This is what feels right to us right now. This is what feels right. Let's just clean house in a big kind of unconscious way. And so a lot of people are going to die from this. But if you protect yourself, and it doesn't mean protect yourself, wash your hands for 20 seconds, 50 times a day, and then all of a sudden your hands are cracking and they're like, you're in pain again. If your belief construct says wash your hands, then wash your hands. Do something. Do something that is conscious to protect yourself. So we have a drought of an imagination right now. We have a drought of vision. You need to vision. So you need to understand, I need to lift my ability to vision. I need to lift my imagination right now and start seeing, because the antivirus is love and compassion, because that's what's lacking right now. What's lacking is love and compassion. Compassion for the people that just want it to end and they're tired of it. A lot of old people are dying because these old people are looking at a world breaking down, and what future do they have? It takes more imagination and more vision. So this petri dish of wanting things to end is looking like it's attacking the older people because they have less hope. They have less imagination, they have less vision. Because you just have to imagine, maybe you imagine the higher temperatures, just like the flu, the thing just goes away. just fades off of here into the spring. You can imagine that, and you can buy into that happening. You don't have to. Don't get involved in the conspiracy theory stuff. Don't look for a reason. That's the same thing I want you to do now. Consciously imagine what's going on. How can I understand this better so I can take greater responsibility? So incorporate those around you in your imagination. Maybe you just take responsibility for a neighbor who's sick and try to create a bubble. Try to create that they recover. You don't have to take on the whole world. But you don't have to just be locked in your house laughing with a 10-year supply of toilet paper. Ha ha ha. Don't do that either. Put a bubble of light around you. Immerse yourself in love. Protect yourself in some way. Again, I don't want to tell you how to protect yourself because it's an illusion based in your belief constructs. You have to look at your beliefs and change those beliefs or honor those beliefs and do what's needed to be done. But I'm not going to give you a course of action because that's entirely up to you. And I'm not going to share what mine is because I don't want people trying mine on when you don't have the belief construct for mine. And then you end up getting sick or you get hurt and then you're mad. I don't want to contribute to that. That's the only reason I'm not saying. One of the most important things I want to offer is when you're feeling that love and compassion for yourself, start sending it to everyone around you. Start giving them more love, feeling more love for your neighbors, feeling more love for your community, feeling the compassion for the people that have nowhere to go. They have lost their hope. Joy is the great healer. Hope is the harbinger. It is the herald of new things to come. So you need to elevate your hope. We've talked about it before. Hope is a synergy between expectation and anticipation. To keep yourself in a state of joy. To be that antivirus. To be that map for yourself, your community, and for the other people around you. Because what this disease does, because of the fear, it hinders your raw materials, my choices, my beliefs, my thoughts, my feelings, my beliefs and attitudes. These get altered right now. So I need to re-up on those things. My tools of reality creation, my expectation, my desire, my imagination, I've got to up those because this is going to challenge those things in you. It's going to challenge the sustaining energies, the generating energies, hope, value, happiness, joy, the imagination. You need to be conscious and utilize these tools while you're stuck right now to open yourself to a new future. Like I said, you're going to be stepping from a pinnacle. These raw materials, these generating energies, these tools of reality creation, they're very important right now, and this is going to challenge you into lifting those things. We've talked about these things in other videos. We'll put the links up for these other videos for you. Taking care of yourself is priority. Take care of yourself. Protect yourself. Do what you feel necessary to do that. And in the meantime, if you run out of sanitizer, then try to change your beliefs around that you need to do that. Don't let reality disempower you. If you run out of toilet paper, you're going to get some more. You'll find a way. Don't let reality disempower you because most people have not been prepared to be on a lockdown for 30 days. The world is going to get weird here. Maybe in America, it's not out of control yet. It's kind of getting weird, but it's not like in Italy. It's not like it is in some. We could still turn this around together. And so, once you feel pretty good, then respond to the outside world. Don't just sit there and go, I'm good and I don't have to worry. Open up some compassion and worry about the people who are very worried. I know the old people in my building right now are freaking out. They are so freaked out, like I can tell they're so scared, and the best I can do is have compassion for them and go, okay, I'm going to take on my building. I'm going to create a grid tonight. crystal grid to cover my building and the people in it. And so I just want to make sure that you're doing your best. You're doing your best. Incorporate more. The path to evolution is more sophisticated being, more thinking, more imagining. The path to evolution is more complexity, so you have to add complexity to yourself right now. And I just showed you how to do that in this video. You're starting to work with the future right now when it's so important to do so. Let this be the thing that pushes me into a new way of being. I promise you, this way of thinking and being will alter your life, and it will alter the future from here. You have a chance to jump on board to something new. Do it more fully. Be present to this. It's an amazing opportunity to change, and it's a very deeply sad thing to be dealing with simultaneously. Make sure you're doing both. Keep yourself between the feelings of sadness and the anger and the rage and process those out, and also the opportunity you have to change everything. Navigate from those two perspectives, and that's the wavelength that you will be when people are stuck over here or even stuck over here. I'm not going to get it. I'm not worried about everybody else. Your reality is screaming that the whole thing is falling apart right now. It's time to worry about everybody else. The greatest power of all is being in paradox. Lots of fear and lots of imagination and compassion. Because when I'm in fear, I'll find my love and compassion, and then I will give it out to the people that are afraid. And I'll take on more of that fear, and I'll bring back my love and compassion. In this back and forth is where you're going to find your power and strength. Right now, there's a lot of people, it's this, it's that, oh, I'm not going to care, I'm just going to fucking do my own thing. And people aren't able to navigate this way. This is dialogue. This is dogma. You must take that on during this. You must understand that I cannot be in any one way of being. It's too simplistic, and it'll lead to problems unsolvable. Conscious reality creation teaches you how to solve those problems with your own system, in my own way. So open to dialogue. Let go of the dogma that's been going on, the dogma that's held our country down, the dogma that's held our political system, our financial system. It's just dogma. It needs to be more complex now. We need to think about more. Remember, you're in chaos, and chaos disrupts routines. Disrupt your own routine. Stop doing certain things. Start doing other things consciously. That's the most important thing I want to just keep saying. You've got to be conscious right now. And what's going to come out of this for you? This is a great opportunity on the high side of this disease. The opportunity is you're going to be quarantined with friends, family, or by yourself. You're going to get a chance to push in the clutch and reevaluate, how have I been valuing? What am I going to make matter to me after this? When this passes? What's going to change in me because this happened? What do I want to live in myself better? How do I feel about the people that I'm in lockdown with? Because this is an opportunity to evaluate your life in a way that everybody else is going through it too. It's not like you got to take a month off from work and go hang out and lock yourself in the house. Lots of time you're going to distract yourself. You distract yourself going to the bar, distract yourself with a vacation. This is a time where you're going to have the capacity to go deeper inside than maybe some of you have ever gone. To evaluate yourself, evaluate who you've been, and more importantly, evaluate who I'm going to be when I come out of this place. To start living my values, to take the time to articulate the future, design the future. So I'm feeling good about where I'm going. This is the antivirus to this, because that's what this thing's coming around to tell you. So let me just do energetically, emotionally, the things that are going to not offer a petri dish in my body, you know, to try to keep this disease away from me, away from my friends, maybe even away from my city, maybe away from my state. The farther you can create that it's way away from you, the more freedom you're going to feel in yourself. And if you do get it, Oh, notice where you're going. Notice how you're thinking. Do you have a future that you're excited about while you're sick? Am I imagining myself healthy? Or am I imagining myself being part of that 3.5% or whatever it is? If you find that you're really wanting change, you can make this be the change, but you want to come out changed. Whether you get this virus or not, you want to come out of this with a more clear picture of who you want to be from here out. Use this chaos, use this time to change. So good luck out there. Love each other. Have compassion for what's going on right now. And really feel who you are becoming while you're at home.